best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yup, that's him.
Oh, sugar ducky quack quack.
Just black.
Yo, what it do, what it do? Welcome to the Cheap Truth Podcast with your boy Justin or J.Will, whatever you want to call me on this lovely Friday afternoon. Hope you can hear me real well through your speakers, through your headphones, $200 AirPods, your 612s, your 415s, wherever you may be listening to this from, whatever you may be doing right now. I appreciate you for dropping in, checking in on your boy, because as always, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me. And so for that, I appreciate you. But yeah, how you guys doing? Hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend and had a good little 3-day weekend, I guess, whether you ended up working or just chilled at the house or whatever. Sorry for not dropping any content earlier this week. I just kind of didn't feel like it, I guess. Decided to take a little break. But I'm back today with another episode of the Cheap Truth Podcast. So today, my sole topic, I only got one topic today. I'm going to talk about this cat, Doja Cat. She's been in the news lately. She's been all over the internet for some questionable things that may have happened, some questionable chat rooms that she's been in. Just some questionable things on her part. So she's been getting dragged on the internet. The kids are threatening to cancel her. I don't know if I've really ever heard of that term before, but apparently that's what you do when you're fed up with somebody and they're threatening to cancel her. So we're gonna talk about that. I'll give you guys my opinions on that, and I got a nice little theory at the end as to why I think that people like Doja Cat do the things that they do. So without much further ado, let's hop right into it. All right, so we got Doja Cat, aka Amalatna Zandili Glamini, and that's actually a real name, by the way. So she's been getting dragged in social media circles on the internet for some questionable things that she's done in the past, some questionable chat rooms that she's been in the past, and overall people are just wondering whether she's racist or not based on her behavior. Now, before I get too far into this, I think it's worth mentioning that Doja Cat is black. Her dad is actually a famous South African singer, producer, and actor, and her mother is a white Jewish woman. So she is black, and she was raised primarily by her mom, so the dad really wasn't ever in the picture. And keep that in mind as I go through these things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go through each allegation, go through each controversy or whatnot, and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it. So let's break it down. First up is this video that's been going around showing her in a chat room with a bunch of people who may or may not be white supremacists. Now, Doja Cat has spoken on this. I mean, she's spoken on all of this. I guess I probably should have said that earlier. She's actually come out with a apology. She came out with 2 apologies. One apology was on her Instagram page, which was just an Instagram post that looked like it was probably written by her PR people, or maybe some combination of her and her PR people or whatnot. And then there was the second apology, which was an Instagram live video. So she got on Instagram live, talked about everything, and apologized. And some of it was believable, some of it wasn't. And I guess you guys can go look at it yourself, but she has since at least tried to apologize, I guess. So you got this video going around with her, and she said in the video, in her apology video, quote unquote apology video, that she's used public chat rooms to socialize since she was a child. I shouldn't have been on some of those chat room sites, but I personally have never been involved in any racist conversations. Sorry to everyone I offended. Now, I've managed to watch the video, and from what I've seen, I really can't say whether or not she was in a chat room full of white supremacists or in a chat room with a bunch of racist people. I didn't hear anything from anybody that would lead me to believe that she was amongst a bunch of KKK members, anything like that. And of course, you know how it is, man, when these things blow on the internet, when they get on the internet and people start making up all sorts of things. Oh, she was in a chat room with a bunch of KKK members and they were wearing white hoods and holding up white supremacist signs, and they got Nazi flags in the background. Like, you know how the internet is. So I didn't see anything, at least from the video that I saw. I didn't see anything. Now, maybe there's another one floating around that I didn't see. Maybe I missed something in the audio, but I didn't really hear nor see anything that would lead me to believe that she was in a chat room full of white supremacists. Now, what it did look like a bunch of weirdos in a tiny chat room. Now, that's what it looked like. Nothing wrong with it. You know, hey, you do what you want to do. Now, I actually thought that tiny chat was dead a long time ago. I didn't realize that it was still a thing. And I thought it died with websites like Uvu and Vine, things like that. But apparently it's still around. Now, I will defend Doja Cat on this front right here. You can't control who comes in and out of those chat rooms. I mean, that is a public chat room. So anybody can come on there. As long as you make an account, you can get on there. I don't know if some of the chat rooms charge, but if they pay the fee, they get in. So you can't control who pops in and out of those chat rooms. It's just like Xbox Live and PSN. If I'm on Xbox Live playing Call of Duty, or if I'm on PSN playing Call of Duty, whatever, I can't control who comes into those lobbies. Now, anybody who's ever played Call of Duty or any other multiplayer games, you guys know what I'm talking about. Those lobbies are just riddled with racist people, with a bunch of weirdos who I don't know what the hell they be talking about. They be playing music in the black background. They wake up and just can't, like, their sole purpose is just to wake up in the morning, turn their Xbox on, hop onto Call of Duty, hop in the lobby, and just shout the N-word repeatedly. That's like a goal of theirs. It's like a pastime. That's all they want to do. They want to get in there, say racist things, talk about people. That's just the way it is. I can't control that. I cannot control who hops in and out of those lives. Now, what I can do is I can report them. I can decide that I don't want to be in the lobby with them. Or what I usually do, well, at least what I used to do back in those days when I actually played the game a lot, was just mute them. Everybody gets muted. That's what happens now, even to this day. Even when I do, even though I seldom play the game, but if I'm playing online, if I'm playing something like Battlefield, everybody gets muted. I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't want to hear no music in the background. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay, everybody gets muted. So if there is a white supremacist in the multiplayer lobby, I won't know about it because everybody's getting muted and I ain't trying to talk to nobody. Unless you are in my party, if you are, like, if I'm playing with my cousin or something, we can talk to each other. We can create a party chat, and we'll be the only two individuals in that party. So only me and him could hear each other. Don't got to worry about nobody else. At the end of the day, I can't control who pops in and out of those lobbies. I can't control that. That's not my job. I'm not Xbox. I can't. I mean, they got an account. They paid the money. They can come on there and do whatever they want to, I guess. Now, like I said, they can get reported. They can get banned. They can get some strikes, I guess, against their account. I don't know how Xbox or how PlayStation handles that, but I can't control that. Now, if they come in there and I stay in there, does that mean that I'm racist? Does that mean that I condone what they're talking about? No, of course not. Now, on the other hand, if I'm joining in the rhetoric or if I'm seeking out these types of lobbies, well, then now there's a problem. Now it's like, okay, you like being around these people. You really want to be around these people, and you will continue to do whatever it takes to seek out these types of individuals and have these types of conversations. So that would be a problem. And if Doja Cat is actively seeking out these types of video chat rooms where you have a bunch of white supremacists in there, you have people in there saying offensive things to black people or about black people, well, then she's wrong for that, and she deserves everything that she's getting, because she obviously likes to be around that type of talk. She likes to be around those types of people, and she enjoys hearing it, even if she's not the one doing the talking. She obviously likes to hear people make jokes about black people or about other races or whatnot. So I think if that's the case, then she deserves everything that she's getting right now. But the video that I saw didn't lead me to believe any of that stuff. It just looks like a bunch of weirdos in a video chat. Now there is this other video floating around with her saying the N-word ending in the hard ER. And she actually addressed this in her apology video, and she pretty much chalked it up to her being drunk. I don't know if she really apologized for it, but she was just like, yeah, I'm really drunk and yada, yada, yada. I mean, you guys can go watch it for yourself. But she's on camera, she's on video, saying something along the lines of suck my you-know-what, N-word ending in the hard ER. Now, there ain't no excuse for that. There's absolutely, positively no excuse for that. And you know the crazy thing is, I guarantee you that's not her first time saying it. That was not her first time saying it at all. It's just like stealing. All right, you get caught stealing, 9 times out of 10, that's probably not your first time stealing. That's just the first time you ever got caught. No different than speeding. If you get caught speeding, you've sped before. You've went 80 in a 65 before. You just never got caught until today. So she got caught saying that, and it's been released out to the public. Now, I don't know how old the video is. I don't know whether it's a year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, whatever. Regardless, it's been exposed. She's been exposed, and that video has been released out to the internet showing her saying the N-word ended in the hard ER. Now, I cannot excuse that. I don't have any. That's clear as day. You can even see her lips. Like, you have some people defending her, and of course, you're gonna always have those stands, those just fans who will just defend their artists, defend their people to the death, no matter what happens, saying that the video was dubbed or that somebody put some voiceover to make it. No, you can clearly see in that video that she says that. She said that. You can look at her lips and you can tell that that's what she said. So no excuse for that. And it's definitely something worth dragging her through the mud about. Now, if that wasn't enough, there's also this song that she came out with in 2015, which has since resurfaced and is getting a lot of attention. So the name of the song is called Didn't Do Nothing, and that is short for Didn't Do Nothing. The title is a racist slur often used against black people who face police brutality. So the thing behind it is, whenever these things happen, whenever a cop shoots a black person, the family gets on TV and says, oh, he didn't do nothing. So that is a very offensive term, and it's just another way to degrade a black person. Now, Doja Cat, once again, who's half black, came out and said that she regretted releasing the old track, saying it was written in response to people who often use that term to hurt me. I'm a black woman. Half of my family is black from South Africa, and I'm very proud of where I come from. As for the old song that's resurfaced, it was in no way tied to anything outside of my own personal experience. It was written in response to people who often use that term to hurt me. I made an attempt to flip its meaning, but recognized that it was a bad decision to use the term in my music. So 2 things here. First of all, I didn't even realize that Didn't Do Nothing was a thing. I didn't know that was a term used to degrade black people. I didn't know that was a racial slur. I had never heard of that before. This is my first time hearing about it when all of this kicked off. So I had never heard of that before. Second of all, I'm not believing her when she says, well, they were using that term against me. They were using that term against me. They were calling me that. And so I decided to flip it. It's almost like somebody's getting bullied and they decide to make a song about it to try and flip the bullying. I don't believe that. I think that she lied right through her teeth. I don't believe that. Just because I don't feel like, especially as a woman, I don't feel like that's something that's not the first insult or the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth insult that somebody's going to reach for to insult you, even as a black person. You know what I'm saying? Like as a black woman, I don't feel like somebody's going to call and say, oh man, look at that, didn't do nothing. Look at that, didn't do nothing. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. But I just don't believe that. I believe that she's lying there. Now, my theory is, and this kind of goes back to the whole video chat room thing. Now, she said that she's been in those chat rooms for a long time. And she's been in chat rooms for a long. She's been a Tiny Chat fan or just being in video chat. She's almost addicted to being in video chat rooms, okay, with random people or whatnot. So I think that comes from her being in those rooms with those different types of people who come from different walks of life. So it's almost like she's kind of telling on herself a little bit. That's just my opinion. That's just what I believe. I don't believe that insult, that racial slur is going to be something that somebody uses against her. Now, maybe me as a black man, maybe so. But as a black woman, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think she was lying through her teeth. I don't know why she made the song. I don't know why she thought that was a good idea. But I don't think it's because she was getting picked on and getting called that name. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. What y'all think? Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. But I think she was lying through her teeth. Now, that kind of brings me into my theory, though, about people like Doja Cat who come from those mixed backgrounds. So, as I mentioned earlier, her dad is black and her mom is white. And let me preface my comments by saying this. Just because you come from some of the same circumstances, just because you're biracial as well, you may have a black mom, white dad, black dad, white mom. It doesn't mean that what I'm about to say applies to you at all. It's just something that I've kind of noticed and something I picked up on and just want to kind of have some healthy dialogue about it. So don't take no offense to it. But I feel like people who come from those types of similar backgrounds, they struggle with their blackness. I wonder if that's what happened with Doja Cat. She struggled with her blackness a little bit. Some people may not necessarily want to accept it. I mean, look at what happened with Tiger Woods. Remember Tiger Woods? He came out and said that he wasn't black. He was Cablinasian or something like that. I mean, I wonder if Doja Cat kind of feels the same way. And I wonder if she was maybe picked on for her blackness back in her performing art school or wherever. I also think that some of those individuals struggle with some things internally within themselves. It's just like, why would Doja Cat make a song like that? Why would she make a song called Didn't Do Nothing? Okay, that is a racial slur. You knew what it meant. You knew that it was meant to degrade black people. You knew that it was something used by white supremacists. You know who uses that word. Why would you make a song about it? And the crazy thing is, the song is so freaking stupid, in which she even admitted, like, the song doesn't have any real structure or anything like that. I mean, I'm looking at the lyrics. How much nothing can a didn't do if a didn't do nothing? How much money could a didn't do make if a didn't do did all the things that you would? Like, what the hell are you even talking about? What are you even talking about? Okay, don't give me this, oh man, it has a deeper meaning crap. No. Don't give me that. There's something inside of her that should have, like, clicked. Like, something should have clicked inside of her to be like, you know what? This is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. I should not be doing this. I should not name this song this. I should not make a song about this. But I feel like the biracial part of her makes that hard, because the white part of her says that there's nothing wrong. The white side of her is saying, there's nothing wrong with this. Name the song, didn't do nothing, and put it out. And you're going to be very famous and everybody's going to love you. There's that part of her that's like, she didn't do anything wrong. I think there's still a part of her that thinks that she didn't really do anything wrong. Because if she was really sorry, if she was really ashamed of her actions, she would have apologized a long time ago. I mean, it's 2020. That song came out 5 years ago. And now you just want to apologize for it because it's become a thing and everybody has discovered it now. I really hope that I'm making sense with what I'm trying to say here. I'm probably not articulating it as good as I thought I was going to before I started recording. But I mean, look at somebody like Drake. Drake, similar situation, black dad, white mom. And remember what happened with him and Pusha T. When Pusha T came out with the photo with him, which was a real photo of Drake dressed in blackface. He had the whole get up, man. He was in blackface. He was doing the happy hands, all that stuff. Okay. And Drake came out and was like, well, that was actually a photo shoot that was meant to shed light on black actors and the way that they were being treated and the way that they were being portrayed back in the day or something like that. He tried to justify it. And I feel like there should have been something inside of Drake when he did that. Granted, he was young. He was young when he did it. I'll give you that. But there's something inside of him that should have clicked. That the black side of him should have clicked and said, this is wrong. This is wrong. I can't do this. I'm not about to sell myself. No. We can't do it like this. Because this is just the wrong way to do it. This would be offensive. This is not how we want to do it. We got to do it another way. There's something inside of him that should have clicked. Just like there's something inside of Doja Cat that should have clicked. When she thought about making that song. She shouldn't have even thought about it, but it's something that should have stopped her from doing it. The black side of her should have been like, well, nah, I can't do this. The black side of Drake should have been like, nah, I can't do this right here. I can't do it. There has to be another way. I get the message. I get the cause. I agree with that, but we got to find another way, partner. Because I can't do this. I can't go out like that. And Doja Cat, she could have found another way to express her feelings or whatnot besides doing it like that. So that's what I'm talking about. That internal fight is not happening. And I think it's partly because of what's inside of them. It's what's inside of them. It's that other side. Like I said, it may not even necessarily be a lot of it. But somewhere down the bloodlines, there's that person. Okay, I'm kind of talking in code here so I don't offend anybody. But there's that person on that side of the family. Or those persons on that side of the family. It's somewhere in there that leads them to believe that that's okay. It's okay to dress up in blackface. It's okay. It's okay to say the N-word with the hard ER. It's okay. I'm not doing anything wrong. That's the side that's telling them that it's okay. That's just my theory. Now, at the end of the day, I can't get inside somebody's head and tell you what they're thinking. I can't get inside of somebody's heart and tell you if they have a good heart. That's just my observation. That's just my theory. That's just my hunch, my guess at it. And I just thought that this would be a perfect time to bring that up. And I'm really interested to hear what everybody else has to say because I want to learn. I want you to tell me, Justin, you are wrong for thinking that, and here's why. You're wrong, and here's why. In my Stephen A. Smith voice. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it, man, and let's talk about it. So where do we go from here? Okay, with this whole Doja Cat. Closing this out, closing this up. First of all, I don't think that this is really going to get anywhere. I think that she will eventually get back on the good side of her fans. She'll get on the good side of all of social media out there. And all she really has to do is, one, wait it out a little bit, and two, just put out some good music. That's all she got to do. I'm telling you, in like a month, nobody will care about this. They'll be on to the next thing. There'll be somebody else taking the place of Doja Cat. Doja Cat will not be canceled. I don't think so. I don't think that. as long as she makes good music. Now, if she makes some crappy music, well, now she's setting herself up for failure. But all she got to do is keep coming out with some bangers. And the messed up part about this whole thing is, I thought that Doja Cat was just going to end up being one of those viral sensations that kind of comes around and goes like, remember that guy, Chocolate Rain? Remember him? And he came on and he got a lot of views on YouTube and whatnot. Then he just disappeared into the abyss. I thought that Doja Cat was going to be the same with that Move song. And I get to kind of researching her a little bit, and I'm looking at some of her catalog. I'm listening to some of her catalog, and she's actually pretty dope. That's the messed up thing about this whole situation. Like, she's a pretty dope artist. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, why do you got to be like that? Why you got to make songs like that? Why did you have to make a song like that? Why do you got to be in these chat rooms? Why did you have to say the N-word like that? Like, why? We want to like you. We want you. We want to like you. We like your songs. We think that you're a dope artist. But it's like, man, they just be messing themselves off being like that, man. And that's sad. That's messed up. But I don't think that is really going to go anywhere. I think that she will be okay. All she has to do is just come out with a couple more bangers. That's all she got to do. Not even a couple more. It's really just going to be a waiting game, and she's going to have to produce at least a good song within the next month or so, I guess. She already ended up having like the number one song in the nation with Nicki Minaj not too long ago. So she's very capable. And like I said, I feel like she's talented. Like she can make some good music just from the songs that I've been hearing from her. But that's all she got to do. People will forgive. America is the land of second chances. And I'm pretty sure people will give her a second chance. Another thing to take away from this situation, and this will be my final point here before I end up closing it out for the day. Your reputation follows you. Never forget that. Your reputation will always follow you. Your rep will follow you. Your past will follow you for as long as you live. Keep that in mind, and always try to build a good reputation. Understand that we're not perfect. We're not going to make the best decisions in the world. We're not going to always make the right judgment. Nobody's perfect. But just keep that in mind, that your mistakes, they'll follow you. And I'm especially speaking to African American men. Y'all know that. Okay? Because they ain't going to never let us forget anything that we've done in the past if it's bad. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, I'm done for the day. Hope everybody has a good weekend. As always, follow the social media handles in the description, the YouTube page, Instagram page, Facebook page, Twitter page, all that stuff. Make sure that you go and subscribe to the YouTube page. I'm going to start being a little more active on the YouTube page. I'm going to start putting videos on there that are not just uploads of the podcast. I'm going to start being a little more active over there. So make sure you go and subscribe, man. Have a good weekend. And as always, count your blessings, not your problems. I'll talk to you next week. Peace.